Hey guys, welcome back. It's Marky with Hashville. And first of all, I want to say I do apologize for missing last week. Had some things going on. Feeling much better, almost 100%. But yeah, let's we're back to regular programming. And this week, or the past 2 weeks, but specifically this week was monumental for the team, for us as supporters of this project, for the whole community. We had the first community test on the fully sharded Cassandra network. So this is the future of what Radix is going to be within the upcoming year, or years as things move on. Because I'm pretty sure, once the the Babylon, Gaza, all that, once that release, I'm sure Dan's not going to stop. I'm sure he's going to keep doing research. But as of now, this is a monumental stage and accomplishment for him in the project. For those who didn't get the chance to actually watch the community testing, there was 25 node operators on two shards, right? And the project, it was a success. Actually, let me pull up my screen. Let me screen share with you guys real quick, and we can look at Dan's his tweets about it. But this is what we've been waiting for, for a very long time, and I'm sure this is what they've been waiting for the past, 8 years, possibly, two, because they change the the strategic planning or the technical whatever, I guess, the structure of Radix since they changed it. So I'm not sure if this what they wanted to do from the beginning, but nevertheless, it's been a very long time, and we're here. We got to see it live yesterday. It was like an hour and 45 minutes. It's great. So for those who are not going to be validators, I still suggest you tune in, because that's where you'll get a lot of the technical information from Dan himself, and then you can actually look into the future of what Radix is going to be. But let me share with you guys real quick. My screen. There we go. Bam. All right. So I already got Dan's Twitter open here. And as you can see, about 20 hours ago, he posted Cassandra testnet completed. We just got to clap. We just got to clap. It's a lot of hard work that's been put into this. So, I guess we just have to, as a community, we just have to celebrate. I'm really stoked. I was tuned in. It was a great time. But let's read the entire tweet. As he says, there were some tasks I just didn't get to today. There was a few of them. I can't remember exactly what he was wanting to get done, but nonetheless, the goal was accomplished. And as you guys can see, with the two shards, we were able to do 20,000 atomic transaction. First of all, there's a lot of projects right now. Pretty much all the projects are not even up to 20K in transaction per second. But now we're talking about a sharded and atomic transactions. Even I don't fully understand how big of a deal that is. I'm still reading the papers. I'm still trying to understand, but that's it's ridiculous. So I hate to talk, about, gains and price and stuff like that, where the case might be. But nonetheless, if you are heavily invested into Radix, if you are looking to just invest, whatever the case might be, and you're not fully invested in the project, this right here tells you to pretty much go ahead and buy the biggest Radix bag you can possibly get at the current price. The biggest bag possible, because I'm going to just leave it there. But let's go ahead and, I'm sure. Actually, there's a few things I do want to touch with you guys. I'm not going to go over every single thing that happened. I think 2 weeks ago that week, the week that I missed, I don't think it was too much going on. So I have a few articles that I want to go through. And then we're going to end off with the Radix report they put out. I think that was on the 15th. But let's go ahead with this Bifinex. I just got done reading this. I seen it, but I just didn't read it when it got released. So they got the Catalyst sale. Reach is going to be like a 1.4 million auction that they're doing with, with the partnership with Bifinex. Pretty much just to spread the Radix token, right? Get as many holders as possible holding the Radix token, because we do want as many people participating in this ecosystem. Rather you're a developer or you're just holders of the token, right? It just makes it more decentralized, right? It's beautiful. And we want this token to be moved, right? If we're trying to compete with Ethereum and all these other layer one projects, we need to have this token moving. It just can't be in the hands of a few. It needs to be many thousands, many millions, right? So, and this token sale, it's gonna be conducted on the 27th. What's that? Platform on the 27th at 11 a.m. UTC. What time is that? Okay, so about 6. Okay, 6 in the morning on the 27th. I think the 27th is a Tuesday. Yeah, a Tuesday. So for those who are looking to buy some tokens, there you go. Go to Bifinex, create an account if you don't already have one, and prepare to get some tokens. But yeah, let's read on. See, so the platform, and therefore only a 1.4 million Radix will be available in a Catalyst sale. All right. So in the event that the sale is oversubscribed, so if more people subscribe to it, they're going to release more tokens. That's good. All right. So the sale during the Catalyst sale would be based on the spot price. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So the price is going to be whatever the price is at that time. That's only fair. But the biggest thing in this one, I think I might have to look into Bitfinex, but you get 40% bonus within a few weeks of the tokens you purchase. Again, you get 40% bonus on the tokens that you purchase within this auction. That's beautiful. I mean, I think my bag is pretty nice, but a couple of thousands, not a big deal. But this is nice. I might have to participate myself. So that's pretty big. So tell everybody, make sure you guys are retweeting that, and then let's go right into it. So we're just gonna go through this fast. I don't want to make this too long. All right. Today is a Sunday morning. I got some books to read and more research. All right. So, right now, Piers, he's been on this crazy campaign media run right now. It's like every week he has 2 Q&A. So let's go. And before we read this article, so also, if you guys are following Piers, DeFi download, he did have an interview with the founder at Teller, and they pretty much just kind of discuss APIs, APIs, oracles, the benefit of Oracle, and what the Teller guys are doing with with their product, where they see the industry, the direction that they're moving, and what they're building, and pretty much they want to see different products being built, different products being built on Teller, right? Different products being built for just cryptocurrency in general, right? There's so much more that this technology can be used for. And obviously with the limitation, it's almost shortening the growth. So with the release of Radix mainnet, obviously the mainnet we're going to have pretty soon, Olympia is not going to be the one that, you can build on, but it's the one you can start building blocks and start understanding how this network works. Our network, like if you're part of the community, it's our network. So it's great. And I have a strong feeling that every project that I see on the download, on the DeFi download, I feel like they're going to either migrate fully to Radix or have a big portion of their infrastructure running on Radix. That's just what I honestly feel. Um, because I feel like with them even doing these interviews, they're getting exposed to our project. They're getting exposed to, pretty much the next generation of, DHT pretty much, and a much more superior architect and infrastructure than what we currently have in the market. So I feel like it's only right if they want to see their project move to the next level. That's not going to be a hindrance to their user. It will be best for them to either consider moving over to Radix, but I personally feel all these projects will be on Radix. So hence, for those who are looking to just invest, that should be a sign. That should be a sign. But let's jump right into this article. Right. So he had a Q&A with the Blockchain Space Telegram group. And I got two different questions here that I want to go through. Start off with the shortest one. So somebody asks, what is Radix intent to lower the barrier to allow entry for more users? I would like to know why you chose this approach, and do you think it could have a negative implication on the ecosystem security? So I think this is a great question to ask, and I love Pierce's response, because right now everybody feels that if you take decentralization, there's no security, right? Or vice versa, or one of the three. But I love his answer. Let's jump right into it. And he said, lowering the barrier to users does not lower the security of a platform, which is beautiful, right? You want to make it easy for the user, easy as possible. And that's why everybody is still clinging on to the centralization, is because why? One, they don't want to, they're not computer gurus. So, right, they don't know how to easily just, how easy it is, at least for people who do know how to back up, your passwords. They don't want to have that responsibility. They just want to log in with a simple password, use the platform, easy click, and then log out. If they forget password, they can get a new one, right? And it's simple, interface is simple to use, and they understand it, right? So by Radix lowering this barrier, they're pretty much saying they don't need to sacrifice security, right? It just makes it easier for the end user to use it. A great example of this is the complexity of private key management, just also talking about with the passwords, or interfacing with DeFi application, or any of the ways in which new users get started. Making the internet easier to understand led to the explosion of the internet today. When I say lowering the barrier to entry, this is what I mean. Exactly. And that's very important, because right now, developers, they're building for developers, if that makes sense. They're building for people who already are a student of cryptocurrency. They're already a student of these complex applications, or they're willing to learn and understand. There's more people who are not willing to do something than they are willing to do something, right? Especially anything that seems complex to them. Keep that in mind. Anything that seems complex, there's more people, the masses of the population are not willing to do it. They rather have somebody else do it. That's why we have a ecosystem. That's why we have the concept of money, because we are willing to compensate somebody else for doing something for us that we can do ourselves, but we rather not. So I love that response, especially with the internet. Like, if you guys remember the original internet, I mean, it was really for military use, right? Military, government uses. But now that it's become so easy, it's become the most interactive, most penetrating technology in every aspect of our life. Because why? Because the barrier to use is easy. A baby could be born today. By the next year, when they can comprehend a little bit, they're already on the internet. They're on YouTube. Because why? The barrier to use it, it's easy. It's so easy that it's almost fun trying to even learn to do this. And I think that's where we are a tad bit behind than everybody else. But let me move on. I'm on a rant. All right. And this is the second question that I thought was pretty cool. Good question. So somebody asked, what are the use cases of the Erratics token and how does it capture the value of the ecosystem you're building. So I've already, I've read through the white papers, but I think kind of almost hearing it live or in a different light from reading a white paper from the founders is good. And this is Pierce's response. He said, interesting question. I cannot say it captures value as the Radic token is a utility token, not a security. Remember that. It's a utility token, not a security. Governments are watching. However, I will give a picture of a different expected uses of token within an ecosystem. For layer 1 protocol, the token must first and foremost be the means of paying for the use of the platform. Again, that's what makes it a utility, right? It's what you have to pay to use that particular platform. That's the utility. In order to use Radix, you got to pay Erratics, Errat pretty much to use the platform. That's the utility. Every time an application is deployed or a transaction is sent, a fee must be submitted to the ledger. On Radix, every time a transaction or anything else is done, the entire fee is burnt. Keep that in mind. So every time a transaction or anything is done, the entry fee is burnt. Keep that in mind. Secondly, for a layer 1 protocol, the token must provide security to the network. Obviously, and that'll be the staking. Make sure you guys are staking on Hashfield Technologies validator node. Support, and of course, everybody else in the community, right? Not just us. Support everybody. Let's make this decentralized from day one. From day one, let's make it decentralized. Let's get back. So it said, this is achieved via staking. To secure the network, you must lock your XRD to the node runners. In return, as long as the node runner is participating in the consensus, you will receive part of the staking rewards. That amount to a fixed 300 million DAX per annum once the network goes live. Okay, so again, so at least from reading that, it seems like even if a node validator are not given staking rewards, you are still getting staking rewards from the ecosystem just by staking. I know there's going to be different validators who are going to give additional rewards, but keep in mind you're also going to get staking rewards just from the ecosystem just by staking. Keep that in mind. So don't get fooled or don't get hesitant to stake on a validator node that's not offering any additional staking returns just because you want to get the most gain. Let's keep the network decentralized as possible and spread our tokens, because anything can happen. Anybody can go down and you can get penalized. But thirdly, let's go back. Thirdly, I can't even say that word. Thirdly, the XRD is the base currency of the platform. It could be used by any application on top of the Radix DeFi ecosystem as one of the fundamental collateral and exchange token types. Good example of this are things like MakerDAO and how it locks up ETH to create stable value tokens. Do I need to say much? The reason why Ethereum price has shot up, it's mainly due to the burst in DeFi, right? And all Ethereum are being, they're being locked up in all these different smart contracts. So the price is going up. So for people who are very price conscious, keep in mind what's happening on Ethereum. It's going to happen on Radix. But because the technology is so much superior, the fees are going to be low. It's going to happen a lot quicker. Not saying that we are going to dethrone Ethereum. I think Ethereum is still going to be alive and it's still going to be competitive. It's still going to maintain its dominance, for years to come. But there's going to be a flip. And you have a lot of different projects who are aiming for that flip, right? Rather that's valuation, market cap valuation, or that's transaction that's being conducted on the network. It's going to be flipped. You have, obviously we have Radix, we have Polkadot, we have Cardano, we have a lot of really good projects, but I honestly believe that we will be that project that's going to go ahead and flip. you know, especially if we have the most transaction, if the network is being used and it's providing that, if it's provided the mass adoption that cryptocurrency needs, I can care less about the market cap, because that's a byproduct that comes with that. So as long as it's being used, it's being utilized, it's making things easier, it's bringing more people, then we have nothing to worry about. But let's go here. So also within these gone past 2 weeks, we also got introduced to 2 new team members. Of course, am I having deja vu? Did I read this article already? Oh, well, I got to pull it up. I feel like I read this already, and I feel like, but it's all right. So we have Jacob. That's the social media manager. He's always in the Telegram, doing a great job, great job. Let's see. So he was already a social media manager for Mercedes-Benz. So obviously he's heavyweight. He's coming from the, traditional world into this cryptocurrency world, and the pressure from the world he came from obviously is high. So I'm sure he'll be perfectly fine, right? And plus he's been following crypto, was that 5 years now? Since 2016. So that's good. Let's see what else. Okay, so he produces the DeFi, he produces the DeFi download podcast. He creates, the YouTube videos, the visual content for Twitter, LinkedIn, Radix. So the presentation of Radix is from Jacob. And to me, I feel like Radix has one of the cleanest image and presentation right now in the crypto space. Very, very professional, very clean. And we're very, very excited to see the new content that's going to be created within the upcoming years from Jacob. And also there's a surprise that's coming within this week. We'll touch on that a little bit later. And then we have Sergi. Right. And Sergi, okay. So he has been designing and developing softwares for about 30 years. Dang. That's a long time. And for the last 15 years, it's been mostly Java applications. Okay. From different complexities, from simple command line utilities, large distributed systems. So he's worked with distributed systems, obviously. So that's good. Okay, so he researches various topics. Okay, so he's been with the team since October last year as a senior Java developer. That's good. All right, let's see. So his main responsibility is senior developer at Radix with the network node. Okay, so he's focused right now, at least for now. So his main focus is the network node application. So the running of the network, the validators. Okay, so he's taking lead in that. That's awesome. Well, we do want to say thank you, Sergi and Jacob. We do appreciate you guys for joining one of the best teams in the community, one of the best projects in the entire space. And we hope for, everything within this journey that you guys are embarking on with this project. We appreciate you guys. Sorry, guys, I'm still kind of sick, so my voice is like going in and out. And then, okay, so Dan also had, he does his weekly Q&A as well, or AMA as well. Let me see. Let's go through this. I think when I read through this, I didn't have any particular question that kind of stood out for me to go over. I mean, it was, I ran through it. It was great questions. A lot of them was, above me. So I can't really explain those. So I just kind of left that. And so pretty much that pretty much does it for the week. I'll go ahead and try to end this video, try to get some rest and drink some tea. But before I go, we want to give some shout outs to the other communities that are out there, because there's other people who are not directly part of the team who are doing great things for the community, that are helping to build the community. Obviously, I'm always on Twitter. Even when I'm working, I got it pulled up looking at everybody just, participating, retweeting. And that's what we can do. We can retweet the tweets from our favorite project. It doesn't hurt. Let's just retweet and spread the noise as possible. And we've been doing a great job. Every time there's a poll, we always win it because everybody's participating. And that's what we want to see. Right. But let's shine some light on a few communities. And then also Rad Picato, he creates great content as well for the community. Guys, definitely check him out. I love his videos. Let's see, and then obviously for Bird Nest, I think it's Crypto Bird. Okay, Bird Nest. I think it's also Crypto Bird, but looks like so Radix ecosystem has partnered with Bird's Nest. Huge on Twitter. Has a huge community. So obviously, if he's supporting the project, he's posting the project, we are getting a lot of eyes onto Radix, and obviously that's beautiful. We want everybody in the space to know Radix, and everybody outside of the space to also know Radix, right? So that's good. And then we got the Turkish Radix community. They're growing. Oh wow. Okay, so they had 2,000 members now. Dang. Okay, within 2 weeks, they got about 12,000. Was that additional 1,200? Wow, that's amazing. Shout out to Dennis and Emery. Looks like they're heading that one. I just might go follow. Yeah, I should go follow that. I mean, I don't understand. Might be language barrier, but still got to show support. And then obviously we got the Korean community as well, and they're focused on education around the Radix technology and vision, leaning more to growth. All right. Let's see what else. Okay, and then we got the Chinese community. And then who else? And then, okay, so right now we have the Chinese community, the Korean community, the Turkish community that, they're growing, they're actively growing week after week. That's beautiful. And that's what we want to see. We want to see that. We want to see that, more people are getting engaged, more people are supporting the project. And, yes, you can support the project by purchasing the token, but also, and most importantly, if you want to protect your investment, you spread the news of the project so more people can hear, and more people can either, more people can jump in, right? Word of mouth, your friends trust you. Word of mouth, it's much better, more reliable. So definitely spread it, tweet, retweet, all that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a blessed week. I am about to go ahead and, get some rest, but you have a blessed week. And of course, before I leave, one more. So this week, in 3 days, on the 28th, it is the release of the beta net. Huge. We're excited. We are doing some little tweaks on our hardware, so making sure we are ready and ready to go on the 28th. Still waiting for the time. Hopefully the time is accommodating with everybody's schedule, so that way we all can jump on it at the same time. If not, it doesn't really matter if we need to jump a little bit later due to the time barrier. But yes, it's huge. And we should be having our site coming up as well, so that way you guys can keep tabs on what's happening with us and also what's happening with the project. Also, Radix is releasing a new website. I believe it's going to be on the 28th because it's going to be the same time as the beta net release. So a new website's coming. It's going to be more informative. It's going to have, I think they're updating their message, their mission statement. It's going to be a lot more information that's going to be on there. So definitely be on the lookout. This is another huge week for Radix. You guys have a blessed week. Bye-bye.